Good evening, everyone. My name is Cole Fitzgerald, and I'm a childhood cancer survivor. To- Tonight, I have the pleasure to present the the Volunteers of the Year Award to Paige and Mark Walsh from Kansas City in Missouri. Just like Charlie, Paige and Mark's son, I've also been battling cancer since I was little. The good news is that we're both all grown up now, and more importantly, we're both cancer-free. But just because Charlie and I are done with cancer doesn't mean that there aren't so many other kids and families out there that needed help. That's why Paige and Mark's work is so important to help all of the kids still dealing with this horrible disease. On the behalf of all of us, thank you, Paige and Mark, for all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Volunteers of the Year is going to Paige and Mark Walsh from Kansas City in Missouri.
Okay, so seriously, how can I follow that? Thanks, Cole. It's truly an honor to be here with you all here tonight. When Liz and Jay first contacted Mark and me to tell us that our family had been chosen as Volunteers of the Year, I felt a little uneasy about the distinction. I felt that we're not worthy of such an honor, as it truly takes a village of family and friends and acquaintances and even strangers to accomplish what we have done in Kansas City. And then, what I know is a normal reaction, I began to reflect on our family's journey over the last 5 years, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Our story began while we were on spring break in 2007, and Charlie had been exhibiting flu-like symptoms for quite some time, but then again, so had our other children. He slept a lot, he was tired, he was fussy, and he was just not like him. And I recall thinking the night before our trip that something was just not right, but I'd deal with it upon our return. And I thought that he just needed some sunshine. While in Florida, Charlie did not want to go out in the sun or play in the sand or jump in the pool. Little did we know that Charlie was losing his eyesight, and the sunlight hurt his eye. His left eyelid started to droop, and by the end of the trip, it was almost closed shut. Charlie slept in my arms the entire plane ride home, and I knew deep down in my gut that something was terribly wrong, and I was terrified. So the next day, I took Charlie to our pediatrician, who immediately sent us to Children's Mercy Hospital, and we did an MRI. And within hours, we were told that Charlie had a brain tumor, and within days, we were told that he had ATRT, atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumor, and was given less than 5% chance of survival. So what followed was a craniotomy, a tumor resection, many surgeries, and too many blood and platelet transfusions to count, 19 months of chemotherapy, and 6 weeks of radiation. We spent more nights and days in the hospital over the next 2 years than we did at home. We celebrated holidays and birthdays, anniversaries, and merely celebrated the fact that we got through one more day at Charlie's bedside. So one night in particular is really etched in my brain, and Charlie was having an extremely hard night, and he had spent several days and nights prior to that in the PICU, and I prayed and prayed for a sign, a miracle, just something that would give us some sort of hope that this journey would not be in vain. And we were just getting settled on the oncology floor when I received a knock at the door, literally. It was Mark and Cheryl Mosier carrying a flyer about Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, and they proceeded to tell me of Alex's story. I was quite interested, and as we continued to talk, I knew that that was the sign I was looking for. I knew that Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation would give us inspiration. It was the light at the end of the tunnel, and it became my hope. I felt so at peace knowing that someone, somewhere, was working on finding a cure for my son and all the other beautiful children of Fort Henson. I felt so at peace knowing that I, along with my husband and children, could help in this endeavor. And I felt so calm knowing that Alex's Lemonade Stand stemmed from the vision of a little girl named Alex Scott, who I wish I would have had the privilege to know. From that point on, I believe Charlie turned a corner, and we are on our way to join the cause of ALSF. So the following spring, our family sold lemonade at a local grocery store, and we were hooked. The following year, the Mosiers passed the reins of Kansas City Lemonade Days to us, and this year will mark our 5th anniversary raising money for ALSF, and we are hopefully reach the $1 million mark. We are truly, truly grateful to Alex Scott and to her parents, Liz and Jay, for taking us on this journey with them. We're eager to continue in the fight for a cure and to find treatments that do not impair the quality of life. So Charlie is now 8 years old and is in the 2nd grade, and he's brought our family more tears of sadness, tears of joy, and finally tears of triumph that any little boy could. So we couldn't be more proud of him and the community of Kansas City for embracing ALSF, and we are humbled to be in this room with all of you. Thank you.